YouTube, what's going on? We're back with some more Outridesr Worldslayer here for you, running a solo Apocalypse tier 22 Father Sanctum. This is the final Arbiter. Running this with the absolute disgusting Devastator Seismic Commander build that I have going. This is God tier, still got plenty room for improvement, so there will be an update video to this. If you guys like what you see here, as always, give the video a thumbs up, turn on those notifications, sub to the channel. Don't forget to check me on Twitch, do live streaming there as well. Enjoy. Alright, I'm going to try to speed run this. This will be
power drawing them?
the last time I use this build, just because it is very overpowered. If I had to rank this, this is number 2 behind Techno, but this build is really, really good. Devastator, Seismic Commander. God roll on the weapons will be Armor, Pierce, Status Power, Skill Life Leech. I've got none of those that roll with that. The most important thing is, being able to take care, being able to utilize the Armor Pierce if you do end up getting the no resistance against the fortified or the Unstoppable Force mod somehow applied in here. Take advantage of the Armor Piercing mod. So not really mandatory if you don't have those other mods, but great for bossing. I'm utilizing the Toxic and the Bleed, so I've got Omen on my bossing weapon. Again, you want to have Mage's Rage mandatory, hitting 4 times, stacks 40% anomaly power damage on the 308 that we're 308k that we currently have, so it's just a stackable damage. I've got Killing Spree on there, it's just rolling natively. We could do better on our weapons for sure. And we've got Anomaly, Ultimate Anomaly, again, critical shots, ties in nicely with Mage's Rage to give us an Anomaly Energy Blast for AoE effect. So not too shabby on the weapons. Again, Mage's Rage is mandatory. You don't have the God roll of Armor, Pierce, Status Power, Skill Life, which is kind of what you're looking for. You do want a mobbing and a bossing weapon to roll with this build. You can have one if you want to, as long as you got your Mage's Rage and something to take advantage of. Bleed Omen is good for that, just because you get an extra 10% damage to enemies for 3 seconds as well. 3-piece Seismic Commander. I just switched off. The head does roll with the best attributes, but what I am finding is it doesn't roll with the best mods. It's got an Impale mod in there that you have to take with it, as well as an Earthquake that just applies Bleed. So again, not 100% optimal, so I swapped it out for a Helm. I've got Anomaly, Cooldown, Status Power. That is the God roll attributes. I did swap that out to go with the gloves for my 3-piece Seismic Commander, so I get the 3-set bonus for 50% increased damage afflicted with Bleed, which ties in nicely with our skills. Our skills inflict Bleed. Get a 50% bonus with that, as well as I got an extra damage Bleed mod in here, which I'll go over in a second. So I've got the chest, the pants, and the gloves. You could probably use a glove or a boot depending on the role, but again, it's just all about trying to utilize your mods for it. So now I'll go over the mods. Extra Quake mandatory, Untamed Power not necessarily. Again, we could use the Unstoppable Force, Power Simulation, Euthanizer. I think, what is it, Bloody Boost to deal more damage against Bleed instead of the Untamed Power. A Grand Blast, again, not necessarily mandatory. We're going to utilize that with our Tremor, but it just increases the explosion radius, so better AoE, at least with the Tremor Blast. Hopefully that'll do good, and again, that's applying Bleed, so we take advantage of that. But you can swap that out again for, I think we've got, what have we got? Anomaly, Arms and Anomaly Echo is another good one. Again, Power Simulation, Unstoppable Force, no resistance against the fortified, Euthanizer to take, advantage of the Toxic. Any one of those would be better than that. Despair mandatory, again leaping in with the Gravity Leap. It gives me a 30% anomaly power damage boost, and then after that, you just kind of trigger all the other skills. You hit him with the Mage's Rage, get the 40%. Gravity Leap in 30%, that's a 70% anomaly power buff right there. Got your critical shots landed with your Arms and Anomaly, again another synergy. That's another anomaly power bump, so you're just stacking and stacking the anomaly power. Despair is a good leap in for that to get it all going. And you trigger all the rest of your skills to just really lay into the damage. Earth's Legacy, 100% mandatory, just increases the length of your Earthquake. Perseverance Shield can be swapped out again for any of the other mods that I just said. There no resistance against a fortified, Unstoppable Force, Euthanizer, and Achilles Heel would be good to take advantage of the resistance piercing. That's kind of a dead mod for us right now. Tainted Blood, mandatory. Again, extra 16% damage against bleed. Captain Hunter, I feel that's mandatory. Extra damage against elites. Violent Compound, again, is taking advantage of my toxic applied. At least I can get a 10% damage boost against elites, dealing you know, an explosion AoE damage effect, spreading it to everybody around them. It's a great mod. Arms and Anomaly, mandatory. Ground Crush, mandatory. Arms and Anomaly is a critical shot's giving me anomaly power. And stack, you know, it's scalable as I'm leveling up. Claws, dead mod, could swap that out again, you know, hunting for, you know, something better that we could utilize on the bottom there. Again, power simulation, unstoppable force, no resistance against the fortified, you know, euthanizer, something like that. Give me more, 2 additional tremors, not too bad. Power simulation, again, that's a great one. I know I've been saying to actually use that on my build, so I've actually got that applied. It gives me anomaly power boost each elite on the field. We're about to go into a whole bunch of that, and second quake mandatory, that gives us the 3 quake stacks. So we got a lot of tremors, and we've got a lot of earthquakes here to deal the damage, and a lot of anomaly power to be stacked. So that's the build as it is right now. These are our skills: earthquake, tremor, gravity leap. Again, you get your mage's raids up, 40% anomaly, leap in with your gravity, hit it with the tremors, finish it off with the earthquakes. All bottom tree, just taking advantage of anomaly power, resistance, piercing, a little bit of survivability here, and then the paladin node, that's the 45% anomaly power damage for each skill on cooldown. So it's good to get the skills on cooldown, to take advantage of that node. I just went up to the top to take advantage of the cooldown node up top here for the despair. Everything geared towards cooldown so I can spam them as quickly as possible. And nothing too special there, just a bottom tree and a little bit of top tree to finish it off. Pack tree, run around the top. Again, puncture, that's just anomaly. Puncture, that's the bleed. This is how we're inflicting all that bleed with the Seismic Commander. It allows tremor and earthquake to apply bleed to everybody, and then once we're doing that with the skills, it converts that damage to shield. And this right here, this node is broken. This keeps us alive without having to ever worry about dying. As soon as I got that node for this pack tree, that's when the build just took off. And then you've got upheaval. It just stores the damage of your tremors and your earthquakes, unleashing it at full force for the last use in the tree. Anomaly damage, anomaly power. Skill life leech would be the ones you want to go through first, and then the cooldown reduction over there to finish it off. Again, you'd want to go into mag size. Your critical damage is on the bottom. Maybe the armor piercing if you were to move into the brutality mod, but that's in a nutshell. Not really utilizing.
This place, it must have been drawing them all here, answering some call to join Father's army. How many of Enoch's creatures are being lured by this place, called by Father? Shit. What if this is where all the big guys were on the move to?
What time is it right now? 12:43. Oh my god, I didn't even know what was happening there for a second. I thought he was dead already. Absolutely fried. That's all I needed right there.